At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams. It's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here in Extreme Arena in Coralville on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Dar Danielson alongside Blake Walker as we get the tournament underway. Well, we'll be the second game. The first game's already underway. Blake in 5A. We have Ankeny, Centennial, Cedar Falls, Pleasant Valley, Waukee. Got the game started on the other court, and they're tied at 11-11 in the first set over there. But this looks to be a pretty good matchup here, too.
Yeah, it sets up pretty well. You know, you got two schools that know what happens when you get here, and both these teams have been familiar with here. Ankeny Centennial's on a roll. They've won 8-10 out of their last 19 matches. They're one of the hottest teams in the state. They've been so close in recent years. This year, you just never know. It could be the year they put it all together, but they play a Cedar Falls team that is hungry. They have one of the better sneaky good players in the state. I think it's going to be a good one today.
And Centennial comes back with some players that have been here 3 years in a row, leading them here to the state tournament. Let's talk about the road to the state tournament.
Yeah, Ankeny Centennial, 31-4 record on the year, defeated Ottumwa, took care of business in the Region 1 championship. Delaney Miller's going to be the one to watch. I mean, she's 3.6 kills per set, 6th in Class 5A. Really, really impressive what she can do. And then Megan Cheeseman, 12th in 5A in assist. She can also get the ball set up for her teammates. As for Cedar Falls, defeated Iowa City Liberty, who's been a mainstay here at the state tournament the last couple seasons. 33-6 record. Grace Hannum is going to be the one to watch. 106 blocks. That leads 5A with the 1.1 per set. Last year, she led the state in blocks in basketball, and she led the state in blocks in volleyball. Very impressive. And then Annie Wedgbury is really good on the digging position. Overall, these two teams match up pretty well. It's going to be a fun one today.
All right, they're warming up here, getting ready to start our second match of the day in this Class 5A volleyball state tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network. We'll be back with more after this.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a fifth-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our communities. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate both groups while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the court and in the classroom. They are committed to your success, helping provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering on your school, we all play a role in making our state shine. So from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament games.
Welcome back to the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. You see our two teams there, the Tigers and the Jaguars, set to go here, warming up down on the court. And we mentioned Centennial has been, they've been pushing here each year to get back. They had won 4 titles under Jessica Reinhardt, their current coach, and she just every year, it's got the program built up where they reload a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a couple years now that they've won. We've actually had a little bit of parity in the last couple seasons of the state volleyball tournament here in 5A. We've had different champions. Obviously, Waukee Northwest comes in as the defending state champ, and they pretty much lost everybody off that championship roster, but they're back here. So, yeah, there's a couple things, and you talk about Jessica Reinhardt. I want to give attention also to Coach Matthew Johnson.
Right.
If he wins today, he puts himself in elite category as one of just a couple coaches to have 700 career wins. He's currently sitting at 699. While Coach Reinhardt is very good, has been here a while here at Centennial, Coach Johnson has also really done a lot of good things. 395 wins here at Cedar Falls, so he's still a couple more till 400 here, but overall, a win today will put him at 700.
One thing on my list to do is to get over to Cedar Falls, see the new high school football field and that. I haven't been over there. I don't get over as much as I used to when my mom was still alive there, but growing up in that area, and interested to see what it looks like compared to some of the schools here, and I imagine it looks pretty nice, just the video and stuff I've seen of it.
Yeah, from everything else, this is a school that just keeps getting bigger, and it just keeps growing. It's always been one of the top mainstay schools in Class 5A, whether that be football, basketball, everything under the sun, but Really good crowds on hand today. We always expect Ankeny Centennial to have a great crowd wherever they travel, but Cedar Falls fans, not that bad of a trip down from Cedar Falls, and nobody doesn't hate a Monday off of school. That's always a nice start of the week.
Yeah, the students, they don't mind that at all, getting out and coming down, and we'll have the starting lineups here and our sportsmanship winners coming up in a little bit. We were talking beforehand, they do this a little different now. The brackets. Now, coming up next will be Ankeny Waukee Northwest, and they're on the same side of the bracket. So it used to be you played, the winner from the other side of the bracket, and they flip-flop, but now you stay on the same side of the bracket going through here.
I think it's really just become a thing. Possibly coaches said, can we scout the other team? It makes it easier because even if you're playing now and you play next, say who's next on our court. So this would be
Ankeny Waukee
Northwest. They can sit and watch this game, and then vice versa when the next game starts. Beforehand, you really couldn't. You kind of had to either peek to the other side and see what's happening or spend your hours on huddle trying to see what you can prepare for.
I was just going to say, though, in today's game, there's so much video out there anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be where I remember the old days in high school football where the coaches would travel halfway, hand off the VHS tape of the games, and then travel back as they got ready for the playoffs. But, man, a little warmer in here than it normally is, too. The weather outside, a little rainy, but warmer than what we normally get here at volleyball time.
Yeah, and we're starting quote-unquote a week later here at the state volleyball tournament. It's kind of weird. Usually we're playing on Halloween.
Yeah.
This year, kind of a little bit later, elections tomorrow. So a little bit different, but another thing to keep an eye out for, Dar, in Class 5A, once again, CIML brings 5 teams. That's the most out of anyone in the state tournament in terms of conferences. A couple brought 4, but CIML, once again, proven to be strong. Cedar Falls is going to try to do something big here today.
And we're just about ready to go down and get the starting lineups for today's match with Cedar Falls and Ankeny Centennial. Centennial, the number 2 seed, Cedar Falls, the number 7 seed. And
first sportsmanship and decorum shown by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Peyton Hadley from Charles City High School, a member of the IGHSAU Student Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Cedar Falls, Bree Ivory. And from Ankeny Centennial,
after the timeout,
Kissinger.
Maren Willett serving for Pleasant Valley.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation officials and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you.
Service
for your
long,
cooperation
side
and
out
invite
point,
you to enjoy
Warriors. Back to serve.
Fans, it's now time to introduce the
Substitution
players
first.
at today's quarterfinal
12,
matchup.
Haley Eslin to the front
First,
row.
for the Cedar Falls
Ellie
Tigers,
Reddy serving.
the non-starters and assistant coaches.
Service long, side out
Number
point,
1,
Pleasant
Reagan
Valley.
Johnson.
Back to serve number 9, Hanley
Number 8,
Schmidt.
Brooklyn Scharf. Number 9, Mackenzie Urbanek. Number 10, Emily Beneke. Number 11, J.C. Nielsen. Number 12, Sydney Grant. Number 15, Piper Smith. Number
Double touch,
17,
point,
Maya Bradfield.
Spartans. We're tied at 22.
The assistant
Set
coaches,
1.
Adam Timmons, Bailey Fisher, Abby Fife, and Sydney Lowe.
Hanley Schmidt serving.
And now let's meet the starters for Cedar Falls. A senior, number 3, Natalie Schmadeke. a junior. Number 4, Bryn Bacula.
Gabriella Reagans with the
Senior,
kill.
number 5,
Timeout,
Gina Stroman.
Waukee. Their second.
A sophomore. Number 7, Kennedy Krecklow. A junior. Number 14, Maya McNally. A senior. Number 16, Grace Hannum. And the libero, a junior. Number 2, Annie Wedgbury. Head coach for Cedar Falls is Matthew Johnson. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Jaguars. Number 1, Kaylin Reinhardt. Number 4, Nora Bacchus. Number 5, Macy Cole. Number 6,
after the
Kelly
timeout,
Pollock.
Henley Schmidt serving.
Number 10, Sydney Rogers. Number 11, Bailey Snyder. Number 12, Lily Larson. Number 13, Finley
Back is long.
Griner.
Point, Spartans.
The
Henley
assistant
Schmidt
coaches,
serving.
Sarah
Set
Albert,
point.
Jenna
Pleasant
Britt,
Valley.
Brett Rinks, Claire Hill, and Madison Liss. And now let's meet their starters for Ankeny Centennial. A junior, number 7, Tatum Schmidt.
For Waukee, Alexa Weber with the kill.
Senior, number 8, Jaden Pratt. A
Checking
junior,
in for
number
Pleasant
9,
Valley,
Maddie
number 11.
Lott.
Olivia Hoskins for the Warriors, 22,
A
Stella
sophomore,
Braddock.
number 14, Megan Cheeseman.
Liv Davis serving. Set point,
A
Pleasant
senior,
Valley.
number 15, Delaney Miller. A sophomore, number 16, Sophia Heather.
Off the block, Isabel Kramer, and set one.
The libero, a junior,
Pleasant
number
Valley,
2,
25-23.
Maya and the head coach for Ankeny Centennial, Jessica Reinhardt. Ladies and gentlemen, our officials for this match. First referee, Jennifer Wick.
Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that.
And you're watching the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. The sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl, cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future.
For anybody that was wondering why the PA feeds cross, we cannot do anything about that. That is how the Extreme Arena PA feed works. They're going to try to get a fix eventually, but as of right now, unfortunately, we have to deal with that. Let's play volleyball. This is going to be a fun one. 2 seed versus 7 seed right here.
Centennial in the white jerseys on the right side of the screen. Cedar Falls in their black with the red numbers. The Tigers against the Jaguars. Which cat is going to come out on top here? Normally a Jaguar would outrun a Tiger, but I don't think the Jaguars are going to run. They're going to stand right in there, aren't they?
I don't watch enough Geography Channel.
Oh, I used to, when they're kids, I used to play the game. Which mascot is better? Which could, can a Tiger defeat a pirate, or
We'll figure out right here.
Yeah, we'll find it out right here. We're ready to go. It's serving, setting, and points. That's what's going to determine who wins this one. As we get ready to get started here for Cedar Falls, Bryn Bacula will serve to start it in set number 1. Here we go. Tournament time. Set to the left side. Back across and hits down for the kill.
Nicely set up in the middle, and that's all part of what Ankeny Centennial likes to do. They're really good at setting each other up, good at assisting on other levels. Nice job by the Jaguars to start.
Now the Jaguars will serve. Back to the libero, set up quick in the middle, blocked. Back over, scramble for it. And deep, but handled by Centennial. Outside, cross court, libero handles it. Set up and a little short of the net there. as Bacula tried to set it up just a little short and the point Centennial.
Yeah, Grace Hannum kind of whiffed. I mean, she just went up, had a good attempt at it, but whiffed on the attempt and ball drops in, Centennial ball.
Delaney Miller, one of the super seniors on this team, back to serve right down the middle. Set outside and catches the net and goes in for the first point for the Tigers.
That's Kennedy Krecklow, one of their sophomores. 284 kills now on the season for. Really nicely set up on the far side of the court, gets Cedar Falls on the board.
And those are always a tough ones when they catch the net cord. You never know how far they're going to go. Libero back serving for the Tigers, gets it to her counterpart. Now set back to the middle. Bumped up and into the block and down. The block there by Sophia Heider and Tatum Schmidt.
Gabriella Reagans with the kill. Point, Spartan.
Either 57 blocks this season, just a sophomore. It's a lot to be excited for if you're a Centennial fan.
Now serving is Maya Lee Butters. Bumped up outside. They're going to just push it over. Handled there by Pratt. Hot smash. Quick punch over. Centennial's there. Maya Lee Butters will set it outside. Cross court into the hole for the kill.
And we talked about it, and you talked about it. Tatum Schmidt in on a couple big plays here. Came in 134 kills. 3, 4, 5 players for Ankeny Centennial over 100 kills on the season.
Maya Lee Butters to serve. Now wide. And point Centennial.
Good start here for the Jags, trying to jump early against Cedar Falls. A Jags team that known sometimes to start slow. Everyone remembers the big play or the big game earlier this season, trailing 3-2 against Northwest, came all the way back and won.
Down the middle. Butters, Smiley Butters sets it back, now dumped over. Handled there by Bacula, now outside. And that's long.
I think Cedar Falls just got to kind of settle in. Looks a little jumpy here to start. Yep.
You get up there and early on you want to pound that ball across and just a little bit wide there, and that happens sometimes when you get started. 6-1 Centennial. Bacula gets it up, now cross court. Back set. Handled on the back row. Now time to set it up again. They set it up outside. Diving save there by Miller, and there's a kill.
Jaden Pratt. She is one of the top volleyball players in the state, but she's going to play basketball at Illinois State. Nicely done by Ankeny Centennial.
Timeout Cedar Falls as they want to talk it over now, trailing by 6 here in the early going of this match. And we talked about it before, these timeouts by coaches. Volleyball is a string of runs here, and you want to know when to call a timeout, when to keep it going.
And you can only do so much. I mean, yes, you run set plays, but that's when you serve the ball.
Yeah.
So teams can go on avalanche runs, and that's exactly what we see here for Ankeny Centennial. Cedar Falls Coach Johnson, he's been in this position before several times. He's just telling his team to relax. Just calm down. Things are going to be all right. But this is exactly the start you needed for Ankeny Centennial.
So you see Centennial out. Cedar Falls now coming out of the huddle. And the junior libero, Maya Lee Butters, will be back to serve again. She's had a good little string of serves.
Top 20 ranked player in the Prep Dig rankings for state volleyball.
She serves kind of from a little to the right. Set up and quick smash over, dug out of there by Pratt. Or excuse me, that was Miller. Now cross court, handled. Maya Butters sets it outside. Oh. And just a little wide as Bacula got to it, but it'll go out.
I tell you what, Dara, you made a good point. That was all set up by Delaney Miller's dig on the back line. I mean, she did exactly what she needed to do to get in and make a play. Nicely done by Delaney Miller. Leads the team in digs.
Lee Butters with the serve to Bacula, set up quick, tried to go quick over now. Reaction, Lee Butters gets it over. Oh, good push into the middle, diving save though by Cedar Falls. Now quick set in the middle, and it's through. The kill by Mandiot.
And one thing about Centennial, they don't let you breathe. I mean, they're going to be quick. If you knock that ball across, there's a good chance Centennial's going to be right back on an attack, and that's what they're doing here to start.
Cedar Falls right now trying to find that air to breathe just to kind of settle it down a little bit. Here's the serve. Quick set, into the block. Right in there again.
Yeah, it's Maddie Ott again, 35th block of the year. Really good on the volleyball court. Leads the team, one of the top blockers. She also leads the softball team in home runs, 13 homers last year.
There's the serve. Set back. This time they're going to try to move the Centennial around. Butters comes in. Leigh Butters gets it now into the block for Cedar Falls, but it goes down on their side, and
that's
Pratt credit with the kill.
Jaden Pratt, second most kills on the year. One thing about Centennial, the speed off these kills is so hard to keep up. It's one of the faster speed killing attempts that you'll see.
A 10-point lead, and they let that one go. Wise decision back there by Jada Stroman. So, service error gives the ball back to Cedar Falls, but now trailing by 9.
Sometimes that's all it takes for the Tigers to get back into it.
Get things go back around the other way. There's the serve. By Krecklau, now back over, handled by the libero, pushed over. Leigh Butters sets it up, dumped in, and can't quite get to it. Nice shot placement that time.
Yeah, it was good awareness by Jaden Pratt. She recognized the back line was a little weak, and that forces Kennedy Krecklau to go and get it. Didn't have a chance.
Tatum Schmidt back to serve for Centennial. Bumped up outside, cross court, handed to Leigh Butters. She gets it now back over. Leigh Butters will set it again on the outside. Handled by Wedgbury, and just long by Cedar Falls.
Have the right idea. That was one of the better sets they've played, but Centennial's just really good at recognizing when a ball's going to go out. And that was close, but nice job of the Jags.
A good little volley. Cedar Falls still trying to bring it in a little bit. Right down the middle. Quick dump over. Cross court. Legend up. Bump back. Handled by Cedar Falls. Now a chance. You have to push it over. Back set. Into the block. That time, Cedar Falls turns the block around. Kaya Bradfield, one of them over there.
It's her 38th block of the season. She got up. Nice job by Kaya. Kind of recognized that Centennial was going to try to attack from that far side with Finley Griner. They weren't taking it.
Well, we got some work to do here with the serve. Cedar Falls down 13-3. Oh, and it's in. Ace serve. Drops right in.
Perfectly put in. I mean, just a very good back line.
Aces today brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. This one drops a little shorter. It's going to be hard to handle. They go all the way over to press row and do get it. Now Cedar Falls sets it back up outside, and it's down. Well, we talked about them dialing it in, and the Tigers, the last two shots, have done it there.
They're hugging the back lines, that's for sure. And really nice job by Centennial to even keep that in play. I think most people would have given up on that, but really heads-up play by Maddie Ott to go get it.
Here's the serve once again by the Tigers. Cut into that lead a little bit here. And there's one into the net.
All it takes is a couple, and that's exactly what Cedar Falls is doing here, because now they're on a run. So as long as they can keep this up, they might be okay.
Kenzie Urbanik serving. Set up into the block and down again.
And that's Bradfield again.
Yep. Bacula up there helping her.
I love the energy that Kaya Bradfield brings. Boy, she gets fired up.
They were down 13-3. Now they've cut it 13-7 here. And that one just a little long. But they've cut a big piece of that off.
Yeah, and you take it at time. I mean, that's just what it is. You're going to hope that you don't give up as big as a run as you did to start, but you'll take that all day if you're Cedar Falls.
Centennial now serving. Bannock gets it up. Head, and a hot smash is going to go into the cameraman down there.
Nails Mr. Sound Off John Sears down there. So John keeping his head on a swivel.
And in the serve specialist, Reagan Johnson, the 4'10 sophomore for the Tigers. Set back the other way. Cross court. Dumped over. Oh, she looked like she had the corner, but good reaction by Centennial. This one is down and going to be in there by Delaney Miller.
Leads the team in kills. 3:29 coming into today. Felt like Centennial really hasn't had a good offensive possession here in the last couple minutes, but that time kind of set things up. Now they get the ball back. They can attempt to serve on their sides.
Miller back there to serve. Quick into the middle and quick setup and the kill by Kaya Bradfield.
Kaya's doing good work, and Bacula was doing great as well. Bryn ranked top 10 in 2026 rankings for Prep Dig. I mean, she is one of the better up-and-coming juniors here in the state of Iowa. A lot of praise for her across the state.
In to serve, Jada Stroman, the senior, comes back in for an IMT insurance substitution. Set up outside again, and there's the kill again by Delaney Miller.
And what makes Centennial so hard, we haven't seen a lot of Jaden Pratt today, but when they both get firing, when Miller and Pratt go, boy, they are tough to beat.
And it makes the defense just think, man, where do we go? How do we stop it? Here's a Centennial serve. Back to Wedgbury. Now just wide.
Yeah, it wasn't touched. Krecklow got a really nice attempt on it. Kind of tried to hug the line a little bit, but now Centennial put together a couple good points.
Centennial back to serve. Down the left or right sideline. Now dumped over, looking for that corner, but over to cover is Pratt. Dumped over. Wedgbury will bump it outside. Cross court, handled at the back. Now set up, right side. Oh, just pushed it over. And it gets down by Cedar Falls. Man, that was a tough play to know if that was going to get over, but Cedar Falls reacted well to it.
And it was a better job by the sophomore Krecklow because, again, she waited over there. She just took her shot. Everybody from Centennial pushed to this near side, and Kennedy was able to knock it back across.
Because you had to see if that one was going to get over. Bryn Bacula, the junior, will serve it now for the Tigers. Trailing by 7. That one, free ball over and is slapped right back there. Kennedy Krecklow right up there.
As she's having a couple good minutes. Grace Hannum's back down in there as well. Hannum going to Northern Iowa to play for the Panthers in volleyball.
So Cedar Falls starting to find a little rhythm here, seems like. Bacula with the serve. Well, it looked like it was going long. They played it anyway, and it goes out for an ace serve.
Tigers doing a good job on their serves right now, and they need to, because right now it feels like when it's in a possession, it leans Centennial.
Brought to you by Channel Seeds. Visit channelseed.com today. This one, Leigh Butters handles it. Now set back, and a hot smash. Nothing to do but hope you can get something on that from Delaney Miller as she sends it over.
And then anybody that can bring up a dig off that, good luck. I mean, that is just insane speed off her hand.
Got a vapor trail on that one. And into the net. And she right away points to herself, my fault. Bad serve, my fault.
That's a leader. I mean, you know, she knows it's my fault. Cedar Falls starting to climb back together here.
Annie Wedgbury, the junior libero, back to serve now. Serves it to her counterpart, Leigh Butters. Now dumped over, and Wedgbury's there. Set outside. Dumped into the middle again. Diving attempt. Leigh Butters now sets it up in the middle. And into the block. Down. Point Centennial.
Couple errors bringing the Tigers back into it here. And good timeout. I like this timeout by Coach Reinhardt.
And let's take a break. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You're watching the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Dar Danielson, Blake Walker with you. Devin at the controls, as it was a 10-point spread here for Centennial, but the Tigers of Cedar Falls have battled back. It's down to 4 points now. And we talked about it earlier, hitting some wide shots. They've seemed to zero in, settle down a little bit, Blake.
Yeah, they have. And a couple errors by Centennial and good serving by the Tigers have really eased this thing back together.
That's Wedgbury, the libero, serving. Set it outside, cross court, off the block. It's going to go out and be Centennial point off the block. Jaden Pratt.
She's just insane. I mean, she's just insane. She's so good on the basketball court. And multi-sport athletes, what else can you say? I mean, she could go play volleyball anywhere.
That one almost handled low, but they get it across. Now Leigh Butters sets it out. And handled again by Bacula. They'll send it over. Leigh Butters took that one. Pratt on the outside, and it's wide. You rarely see that.
Ooh, it barely got, I thought it was touched, but just missed it. Good attack, though.
So back to 4. Serving is Krakow. Wedgbury bumps it up. Cross court, Leigh Butters handles it. Now they'll set it outside again. Pratt. Cross court. Wedgbury up ahead, pushed over, and just goes down and gets it. This is Miller. Set again quick, and just a little long. Oh, that was a good volley.
And once again, it's a good Delaney Miller dig that keeps that set alive. So really nicely done by Ankeny Centennial, keeping things up on the back line.
So they get to 20 here. You get there, then it's a battle because the team that's behind has to make every point count here. And there's an ace. And Cedar Falls will take a timeout. And we'll take a break here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Out of the timeout on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. 5A match here, and Centennial roared out to a 10-point lead. Cedar Falls has battled back. They had it down to 4 now. 6-point advantage for Centennial. But they're 4 points away from closing out here this first set. Tatum Schmidt with the serve. Set outside by Bacula, and that one's going to be wide.
They've been trying to set up Kaya a lot today, and there's been a couple spots where Kaya has done a great job, but that time just missed it a little bit, and getting down to it here for the Tigers.
Here's a Centennial serve. Wedgbury set outside. They dump it over, and that time it got in there by Natalie Schmadke. One thing here with Centennial, it seems like they've flow so well. They haven't let them use that little dink shot that much, and that time it worked, though. She caught them going the wrong way.
One of the better digging teams in the class, so, you'd expect not a lot to drop.
That's a low serve, and they're going to get it over. Wow. Couple pancakes in there. There's a dive by Leigh Butters to keep it alive, and they'll send it right over. Chance now for Cedar Falls. They set it up quick into the block. And that was Jaden Pratt right up there.
I mean, that whole possession was Jaden Pratt. First she makes the dig, and then she stands back up, knocks it back across, and then gets the block.
23-16, Centennial. Serve. Quick set back, and Centennial will hand it outside. Cross quarter is good by Delaney Miller.
It's a lot of speed. I mean, It's a lot of speed, and right there you can see two Tigers come together, and even they can't stop it. Match point here for Centennial. Set point, I should say.
Set point, yep. Serving. They go back, and that one is down.
It's a little confusion there between Tatum Schmidt and Jaden Pratt. They really didn't know who was going to go after it, didn't want to run into each other.
Kennedy Krecklow goes up and puts it down. So second set point here. Set point 2. Set outside, cross court. They handle it. Now back over into the block. Dumps it over by Leigh Butters, gets a hand on it. Now they'll send it over. Chance again for Cedar Falls. They go quick over. Running over. Al tried to go with a quick set over, but Centennial there, cross court. What a rally here. Cedar Falls trying to hold off the set point. There it is. A point by Cedar Falls.
She really hadn't touched the ball, but that time Kaya Bradfield finds her way over to the far side and eventually gets it across. Really good rally there.
Reagan Johnson, the sophomore, is serving here. Set point number 3 for Cedar Falls. Down the line. Back over, and that's out. Off the block and out. Cedar Falls.
Rain Bakula came in with only 24 blocks this entire season. She's already got one big one right there, keeping Cedar Falls in it.
Reagan Johnson to serve. Set point 4. Bumped up. Set outside. Cross court. There's the winner.
Delaney Miller. Who else?
And Centennial takes the first set 25-19. We'll be back with the second set coming up at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
Here at Extreme Arena, the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Digital Network. We're powered by MidAmerican Energy. Dar Danielson, Blake Walker. What do the numbers say out of that first match?
Well, right now, pretty much everything that we've been seeing. Ankeny Centennial leads in kills 13-9 over Cedar Falls. Attack errors, got 8 so far for Cedar Falls, and you got 6 for Ankeny Centennial. 2 service aces kind of help them out. Diggs lead Cedar Falls. They're really trying to, or Diggs are actually leading Centennial, I should say. Blocks pretty much even. Nothing that really stands out. Hitting percentage, Dar, is really the biggest thing. A .171 for Centennial and just .021 for Cedar Falls.
And we talked about it. They had just a little wide early, and maybe a little motion, adrenaline, and then they zeroed it in and made that run. It was a 10-point. They got it down to 4, but then Centennial answered back. You just can't build that big a hole early on.
It's hard to come back down from 10. I mean, and I think that's something that Coach Johnson said to his team here in the break. We got to start quicker because it's really hard to come back down for that much.
In to serve is Ellie Pollock for an IMT Insurance substitution as we start the second set for Centennial. Took the first set 25-19. That one right down the middle. Set up, and Centennial scrambles, gets to it. Wedgbury, quick set there. Bacula now over. Bacula sets it outside. This time cross quarter is hammered, and they're going to get to it in front of the press row over there. Dumped in, or officials row, whatever you call that. Outside set. And they just can't run it down that time. Off the hit by Delaney Miller.
Two very similar sides of the ball that time around. Centennial obviously just a little bit quicker, but yeah, nice saves all across.
Ellie Pollock, the sophomore, set to serve. Set back outside and into the block. Wedgbury keeps it alive. Now over. And it's down the line. Good by Kennedy Krecklau.
That's really well done by Annie Wedgbury. I mean, just a nice job. One of the top-ranked players in next year's class, and really cool. Her dad's also the principal at Cedar Falls.
Oh, yeah?
Really nice to have him kind of patrolling the student section, I think, down there.
Yeah, but I bet he's got more eyes on the game match than he is the students. But
I bet we're going to see this a couple times today. Mopping the floor just a little bit. You and I talked about it, and you talked about it at the beginning. It is warm in here.
I mean, warm and normally it is. And
I'm seeing a lot of players really sweaty.
And the humidity outside is really up there.
Helping,
and then, of course, this is over ice here. So Wedgbury will be back to serve. Annie Wedgbury, the junior, 5'5" libero for the Tigers. Set back. Wedgbury handles that one, then set there quick, and good job by Leah Butters to dig that one out, but they're going to say 2 hits. So Cedar Falls gets the point.
Mistakes are what let Cedar Falls get back into the game against Centennial, so we'll see what happens here.
They'd like to get a little run here that they didn't get in that first match till it was later. Cross court by Miller. Back over, looking for the hole there, but Centennial is set up. Miller tries to punch it through the block, and the block is right there.
That's a really good block up front by Brooklyn Scharf. Haven't called her name a ton. Only 8 blocks coming into tonight, but nicely done.
Wedgbury serving. 3-1 Tigers. They set it back. Centennial does. Wedgbury bumps it up. Now back over outside, down the line. Scramble by Centennial. They're not going to get to it.
Couple awkward plays up against the net have been the Achilles heel of Centennial when they've given up points today. That was one of those. Delaney Miller couldn't get to it.
4 straight points here by the Tigers, and Wedgbury back to serve again. Oh, that caught her. I think it was going to go long, but she was back there, and it just came in low, and there's nothing you can do once you're in front of it like that.
You can be the best player in the world. You'll still have some issues at that.
Yeah, so timeout Centennial as they go down 5-1 early here in this set. Let's take a break at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at the Girls State Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. All the aces today in the match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. And that last ace by Cedar Falls puts them up 5-1. Coming over, a lot of the crops are out of the fields. The harvest is winding down here.
We needed rain, so
we did need rain,
so our allergies didn't kick up.
Yeah, and there was some field fires and stuff going on. Here's scramble up, dumped it over, and it's in. The Tigers score again.
They're very quick this time around. You're starting to see a little bit more reactions by Cedar Falls offensively, and that's really helping them out.
Seems like they got Centennial back on the heels a little bit, don't they? Yeah. So a 6-0 run here by the Tigers in the second set. Wedgbury to serve. Oh, catches a net. And over for the net string ace, brought to you by Channel Seed. That's volleyball. When things are going your way, everything goes your way. You get the net cord, you get a little bit of everything going.
4 service aces for Cedar Falls already, just 1 for Ankeny Centennial.
That one low over, made it over. Now here's a chance Centennial. Into the block. Blocked by Centennial, but it's out.
Both teams were celebrating. I don't know if Centennial crowd knew that it wasn't their point, but
yeah, I don't think they saw that it went out.
How about this response by Cedar Falls?
Yeah. Here they came out and they fell down by 10. Now they're up by 7 to start the second set. Oh, good. Attempt to keep that alive by the libero there for Cedar Falls. Now cross court, she gets it again. Back over. Centennial looks a little discombobulated right now. Cedar Falls back over. Outside, crossed. Leah Butters sets it up in the middle. Into the net and down. Block.
All of that was Annie Wedgbury again. I mean, there's a reason she's one of the top players in next year's class. The ability to move around the court and make plays and get digs when it matters.
And
Grace Cedar Falls
Hannum finishes off with the block. Now 9-1, an 8-point lead for the Tigers here in set 2. And finally, for Centennial, one goes out on the back.
Feels like deja vu. I mean,
yeah,
it was what Cedar Falls needed. They got an eventual error, got them back into it in set number 2, or set number 1.
So now how does Centennial respond here? Wedgbury up ahead to Bacula. Over. Now we'll have to move the free ball there, and just a scramble, and that's going to get down.
Sometimes teams play better when they're in constant rhythm. And now with Cedar Falls thrown off, it's like, well, now the ball's back at Cedar.
You're right. You had 3 players right in the area, and they're each trying to get an arm on it, and it falls through. So, and again, wiping up some moisture on the court there. As Megan Cheeseman will serve for Centennial. They've run off 2 points here.
Cheeseman 7 assists, 7 digs already. She's been busy today.
All right, down the middle to Wedgbury. Bacula sets it now, going for the corner, but Centennial right there. Back on the right side. Wedgbury gets it up. They'll have to get it over into the block. Wedgbury again. Now Bacula. Down the line, it was touched. I think it's going to go point Cedar Falls. Yep, off the touch. Tiger point.
And it was really nicely set up on the kill by Krecklow. Good assist by Bacula again to get the ball where it needed to be.
Krecklow back to serve. Leah Butters handles it. Now set up into the middle, dumped over, scramble by Cedar Falls. Back over, Leah Butters handles that one. They set it outside. Cross-court kill, Delaney Miller. Well, when you need to stop a rally, who do you go to?
Well, and Cedar Falls had her figured out late in that going. I mean, they were starting to get her figured out, but that time got right back on top of it.
Always hanging in by the left side of that net. Yeah. You never know when it's going to be a rocket shot coming at you. So Centennial Down by 6 there in the second set. Pushed over and almost looked like a double hit there for a second, but they play on outside into the block. And it's out, they say, so it'll be Centennial point.
There's a strong hit by Jaden Pratt. 5th kill of the day for her. She's got 5, Miller's got 9. They're both going to heat up. If they heat up, they're setting themselves up well.
Served by Miller. They go back outside, cross. Miller bumps it up. Now up front to Pratt, and it's down for the Cedar Falls point.
Yeah, just enough power there by the Tigers.
I'm getting back in the rhythm of remembering in volleyball, you got to watch the officials because sometimes it looks like it's down, but you don't see which side, so it's like in softball. You can't make that call till the arm comes up. Here's bumped outside. Now Centennial gets it across. Quick set there. Leah Butters comes in. Wedgbury sets it back. Pushed over. Just out. Just beyond the line.
It's the right call. It is. It is the right call.
We can see it right here.
It was the right call.
Kennedy Krecklow almost got to it, and she's glad now she didn't because had she got to it, it was going to be a tough play.
Barely.
Just barely. You're right. 7-point lead for the Tigers. They're serving here in the second set, down 1-0. There's a hammer shot by Pratt.
Jaden's starting to wake up, and that's exactly what Ankeny Centennial needs, but give credit to Cedar Falls. They just keep pushing. It's really constant, very well put together considering what we saw in the first set. Really like what I see out of Cedar Falls here.
Finding the rhythm offensively and defensively here. Leah Butters with the serve. That one is quick down from the right side there by Natalie Schmadke. And we'll have some substitutions now. IMT Insurance substitutions. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTINS.com. And in to serve is Reagan Johnson, the serve specialist for the Tigers. Set in the middle just to push over. Now, Bacula, the setter, tried that quick. Those setters are sneaky, just a little bit off on that one, but a lot of times that'll work as everybody's waiting for the set, and then you just push it over quick. But
had the right idea, just a little short.
Just a little miss that time, and serve goes back to Centennial. Trailing by 6 still here. Set outside, into the block. Dump over the block that time. Now they'll try to go back outside. No, they go into the middle, They go to Miller. I thought they were going to get it over to Pratt, but they went back to Miller.
Game plan's moved on a little bit here. Yeah. Miller and Pratt are becoming the go-to. They have to get it. At least one of them has to touch the ball every single set.
And there's into the net. Yeah, and then that leaves you a dilemma. You're looking down to that left side or you're looking to the middle for both of them there.
Third service error of the day for Centennial.
And IMT Insurance substitution as Jada Stroman, the senior, will come back in to serve. For the Tigers, hanging on to that 6-point leader in the second set. Cross court. Handle, and now they'll get it over. Leah Butters bumps it back. Miller blocked. Back up blocked again by the Tigers, but they're going to say into the net.
Yeah, net violation.
And coach does not like it, and neither does Maya McNally. She didn't think she was in, but
the official was on it. I mean, pretty quick. Yeah. Got to give some space. You can't just lean into the net.
Yeah. And Wedgbury came close to falling across the line there too that time, but set outside, down the line, back over Miller. Trying to go the other way in the hole, but Pratt's there. Now over, just bad angle there, couldn't get it across, and point to Centennial.
That's Finley Greer, nicely done by her. 106 kills coming into today. Kind of been quiet, but nice job there.
Pratt back to serve. Centennial's whittled the lead down to 4 now. Bumped up by a Wedgbury. Over. Quick set in the middle. Cedar Falls is there. Good job at the net to get that over by Bacula. They go outside. Leah Butters with it. And now they're going to say
illegal hit.
Illegal hit, yep. So
which big for Cedar Falls because it feels like Centennial's starting to make the game fall to their pace.
Yeah, they're starting to pick it up a little bit, but Cedar Falls back up to 5-point lead. They led by as much as 8 early on. Now serving Bacula. Leah Butters. They set it outside and off the antenna.
Yep.
Yeah, you could see that was really, antenna was whipping away. So lead up to 6 again.
Very impressed by Cedar Falls this set. Doing a really good job. They've calmed down.
Bounce
now they're
back.
playing their type of ball, and I think that's where they want it.
Set outside and through the block and down. The kill by Delaney Miller.
There's only so much Grace Hannum and Maya McNally can do. That was a really nice kill attempt once again by Miller. I believe that's her. Got to be close to 10th kill.
Yeah, what has she got? They don't have her up on the scoreboard. They haven't rotated that through here yet.
It's 12 for Delaney Miller.
There's a hot smash handled by Pratt. Dumped over. Still playable by the Tigers. Down the line. Pratt bumps it up. Into the middle. And back the other way. Great effort by Cedar Falls.
Great effort by Cedar Falls. Great job by Delaney Miller to recognize that the back line had moved forward so much.
Yeah.
She knew exactly where to put that ball.
Stroman had to come up to get that, and it left a big gaping area wide open on the back line there.
Here come
Lead
the Jags.
down to 4. Set outside, right into the block, and then it touches the antenna as they tried to save it there.
I think Cedar Falls wants a timeout.
Yep, this is as close as Centennial's been in a while here, down to 3. Let's take a break at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You're watching the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Cedar Falls fell down by 10 in the first set, came back but dropped the first set. Then they went up. They were up by as much as 8, but Centennial's clawed back. Now they have it down to 3 here. Cedar Falls took a timeout here in the second set. The Tigers don't want to waste this effort. They want to.
Yeah, I think you feel confident, but you're steady. I mean, you're just you're feeling uneasy. But
and again, it's that thing we talked about, runs and coaches knowing when to call those timeouts, when to settle them down.
That was a great time.
When to talk about strategy. Yeah, let's see how they do. Set up, and two hits they'll call on that one. Okay.
It's on the other side of the bracket, but Pleasant Valley defeats Waukee 3-0. Spartans on to the next round.
Here's the serve, goes to the outside, set back toward the middle, dumped in there. Centennial responds, cross-court smash. How do you stop that?
It was hard. Was it touched before it got to Wedgbury? Because Wedgbury, the way she made the effort, it looked like it would have gone out, but I guess it got touched.
We got a 1-point set here.
It's getting tight.
Ellie Pollock serving. And they're going to wipe up some moisture again on this. You can't see it in the camera there, but on the back side.
It's very possible. I know one of these courts was used for the West Delaware Mount Vernon outdoor volleyball game back in October, and moisture was a very big problem on that court. Maybe the moisture is just still leaking through the wood.
I just think it's the overall humidity today from.
It is warm in here.
And it's warm up here. It's as warm as I've done a game up here with. this time of year where you risk get cold but
he gets you down on the ice.
Yeah. Now that's basketball where your feet are icicles by the time you get out of there at Wells Fargo. Bumped up, which won't be Wells Fargo much longer. But anyway, cross into the block, kept alive by Centennial. I think Cedar Falls thought they had that one, but they do now. It's down.
They bring in Piper Smith in for Cedar Falls, who only had 8 kills coming in, and the sophomore gets a big one.
Natalie Schmadke comes in for an IMT insurance substitution. Back to serve. Annie Wedgbury, the libero. Set back in the middle. They'll just dump it over. Wedgbury bumps it up at the net. A little jousting going on there. Cedar Falls gets it over, but they're going to say Cedar Falls in the net.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Didn't really have a quick explanation for it, but
usually they give the number, but they just said net. So a 1-point battle here. Cedar Falls hanging on. And that went into the net, a service error.
They're tough when you're trying to come back, but it's kind of been one of those days a couple times.
But you see them now and then to get the pressure in a match. Kennedy Krecklow, the sophomore's been doing pretty well back there behind the line, serving for the Tigers today as they cling to that 2-point advantage. Now we're going to get some moisture on the other side. And that's the first time they've been over there.
We might have an AC change tomorrow. Because you don't want the games to stop, because you're trying to get a rhythm. Some of these girls, and you stop, it just kind of takes it out.
And then you don't want to slip on something either.
Right.
Bumped up right to the net, but shoved over. Wow. Delaney Miller.
It's Heather, Sophia Heather.
Or Heather, excuse me. 15, not 16.
She's just a sophomore. 121 kills coming in. Boy, she is going to be a mainstay threat for Ankeny Centennial.
Sorry, Sophia. Read your number wrong there. Outside and blocked by Pratt.
Boy, what a play. She just came flying in. Is it going to be a kill back the other way somehow?
We are tied for the first time since it was 1-1 here, and back to serve is Delaney Miller. And there's an ace. And Centennial takes their first lead here. Well, since it was tied 1-1, they didn't have the lead, really. Or no, I guess they did. They scored, and then Cedar Falls scored and went on the run. So their first lead since the first point. Dumped over. Down the middle, and it's going to get through.
How about this run? Led by the 2 stars. I mean, Jaden Pratt and Delaney Miller have really stepped up here. Jags looking good.
Now up by 2. Trailed by as many as 8. And took the first set 25-19. That one, just came off a little low.
Tigers are a little flustered.
Another ace brought to you by Channel Seeds. Visit channelseed.com today. And we're going to take a break at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
On the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy, Dar Danielson, Blake Walker. Blake, you said it. It's the 2 stars, Pratt and Miller, that have just come back and kind of taken a little control here for Centennial to push them back into the lead.
Yeah, it's been impressive. I mean, Cedar Falls now slipping just a little bit, trying to keep that upright. But I really like what I'm seeing so far.
They need to get serve and get back on another run here. The Tigers do. Dump it over. Leah Butters is there. Set it back outside into the block. Dumps it toward the middle. Quick set there, and nice set and kill by Grace Hunnam.
I think it's one of those good plays out of the timeout. You know, you really set yourself up well, and I think that was a good drawn-up play. Get Cedar Falls a point back.
Their serve specialist, Reagan Johnson, comes in. Or excuse me, that's Mackenzie Urbanik. And that one will stay into play. Free ball to get it over. Now set it outside again. Pratt. Oh, great job by Wedgbury to keep it alive. Set over by Bakula, and it's tipped and point Cedar Falls. Wow, how about that play by Wedgbury to save that thing?
That was huge. To get that right where it needed to be, the ability to go up and get it, nicely done.
Cut it, lead back down to 1 here. And the Tigers serving. Kind of hit outside, a mishandle on the serve. And we're tied.
Centennial thought the call was on Cedar Falls, but it is actually on Cedar Falls, so nicely done.
On Centennial.
It's getting a good one here.
Yeah. So Tigers have tied it. Dropped in there, set back, and that's wide. Tigers take the lead back. And timeout Centennial. We'll take a break here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You watch the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Cedar Falls went out early. Centennial reeled them back in. Now Cedar Falls taking the lead back here, 22-21.
Crucial
points here. 3 points the Tigers are from tying this up a set apiece. The Centennial have another comeback here late in the match. They called a timeout. Let's see what they set up. Here's the Tiger serve. Drops in there, now set back over and kept alive. They just get it over. Now chance for Centennial to set it up again. They set it back. Cross quarter, handled. Bumped up by Wedgbury, pushed over. Handled on the back row. Outside Pratt! And Wedgbury keeps it alive, but dumped over. Sophia Heider with the little stuff at the net.
She doesn't play like a sophomore.
No.
My goodness.
And we're tied again, and we had an IMT Insurance substitution. I think it was Tatum Schmidt that came in to go up front. Here's the serve. Into the block. Kept alive. Cross quarter kill by Centennial. It's Tatum Schmidt, the junior. Centennial back on top.
You can feel it. It's tense in here.
Yeah.
Cedar Falls knows they have a really tough road ahead of them if they drop down 2-0 here.
Yeah, one they really need to stay even. Into the middle. Dumped over. Leah Butters handles it. Now set back to the middle, handled by Wedgbury. Bakula outside set. And 2 hits called.
Wow.
On the Tigers to give us set point.
Tough time to have it happen.
Leah Butters, libero, back to serve for the set here, and they're going to wipe up some moisture once again. That's about 6 moisture stoppages.
We're gonna put a ticker on the screen tomorrow. Here we go.
Set point. Up high, they go back over. Almost snuck that one in there. Here's a hot smash and down by Pratt for the set, number 2.
I don't know. They thought a double hit for Centennial. Cedar Falls did, but Tigers drop it. Nice job by Centennial. Big second set.
2-0 Centennial, second set. We'll be back with the third set coming up after this at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
At the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Let's take a look at the numbers from set number 2, which Cedar Falls led for quite a ways. Centennial came back. Cedar Falls took the lead again, but then Centennial ends up winning.
Well, and the stats read like it should be a dominant performance by Centennial. 29 kills just to 17 for Cedar Falls. Hitting percentage still 0.174 for Centennial, 0.053 for Cedar Falls. Assists go toward them. Service errors, though, a little bit different. 4 for Ankeny Centennial, just 2 for Cedar Falls. Blocks are pretty much even. Digs, it does go Centennial's way, which is pretty crazy considering the big digs that Cedar Falls has had. But if you're the Tigers, you know, the ending there, you didn't like it. Clearly, their body language, they didn't like it. They thought there should have been a double hit. We move on, we move past it, and now you just got to reset. And now you got to score 3 straight wins if you want to come back and get this thing.
And we've seen it done here. We've seen it done before. It's not easy, but
it's tough.
They had Centennial out of sorts there for a while and got a big lead going, and then Centennial, to their credit, they came back, and we talked about it, that senior experience with Pratt and Miller helped pull them back into it. And now to start the third set, let's see what happens.
And I'm very curious, how does this go? First set, almost all Centennial. Second set, almost all Cedar Falls. Centennial comes back. Can't get down early again.
Yeah, you'd think maybe Centennial a little momentum taking that set, but it took them a long time to really kind of get back in. They're still looking at the floor now and then at the stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
There.
It's weird. I mean, we think we know why, but.
Bryn Bakula, the junior setter, will go back to serve to start the third set for the Tigers, who need this one. Leigh Butters up ahead, quick set. Bakula sets it in the middle and down for the Tigers.
It's Grace Hannum. I know a fact we'll see her name called a lot, with a good chance Cedar Falls can make it back to the state basketball tournament as well.
Bakula serving again, goes to that left side. Set in the middle again, and this time handled. Bakula back there. Excuse me, that was Stroman, and Miller gets the kill.
That would be kill number 16 for Delaney Miller. A little wet again. And it's not just on Cedar Falls side.
No, they've had the towel over there a little more on Cedar Falls side, but it's been some on Centennial's too, as Miller serves. Wedgbury, and there's the kill.
Grace Hannums woke up. I mean, now she's starting to really get swinging up front. She's one of the tallest on the team. They're going to need her here in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, you have her listed as 6'1". We mentioned leader in blocks, volleyball, and basketball.
Yep. You know how hard that is?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a feat.
There's the dump over by Centennial. And Maya Leigh Butters back to serve the libero.
Well, she's had a great day.
Yeah,
Not many misses for her. I mean, she has been on top of it.
Yeah, that went into the block. There she is again. Down the middle, and this time, guess who?
Grace Hannum.
Grace Hannum.
Led the team in blocks coming in, 106. No surprise, but boy, she has really come to play here in this third set.
Well, I was going to say that libero is supposed to be a defensive specialist, and that has been what Leigh Butters has been today for Centennial. This in cross court to Pratt, and this one is blocked. Out. It'll be Centennial point. We're tied again.
Pratt's had quite the day. 8 kills, 12 digs, 4 assists. It's kind of been everywhere.
Tatum Schmidt back to serve for Centennial. Right down the middle. Set it back. Now outside. Pratt over. Bacula gets it over. Wedgbury down the line, and it's out.
Just barely.
It was hanging on that cord, and it just came out wide.
Just barely missed it.
So Centennial takes their first lead here by 1. Bacula sets it up there. Diving Leigh Butters keeps it alive. Pratt. Krecklow up ahead. Now Wedgbury into the block and down. With Pratt and Ott up there.
A lot of meeting at the net moments here in this period, or in this set at least.
And we're tied again. Set outside. Pratt hammers it, but handled by Krecklow. Now that one long.
And both teams, attack errors-wise, have not had a ton. They've been pretty clean in that aspect, but third set, that's when you really need them. You don't need them to happen here.
Yeah, there's just a little, Centennial wants to get it over and win, but Cedar Falls, no, we're going to, it's just a little bit of tension both sides here. Oh, a little mishit on that one.
Good effort by Wedgbury.
That'll go down as an ace, brought to you by Channel Seeds, and haven't seen a lot of that where there's bumping into each other on that defensive side, but
both these teams have really good separation. They're able to move without running.
Down the line, handled, and they tried to go up and push it over, but good job to block that. Bacula sets it and the kill.
Really nicely done. Kind of set up in the middle. Cedar Falls goes back and forth and finished off by a really nice play. And now nobody really showing signs here of pulling away.
Substitution by Cedar Falls, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTIMS.com. Here's the serve by the Tigers. Quick set in the middle. That one slapped down. Diving save by Krecklow. Now over. Back to the middle. Krecklow again. Bumped up by Bacula. Cross court and just wide.
I jinxed them. 2 attack errors here on this one. Just trying to, you got to kind of temper yourself and say, all right, we can't jump the gun too much. Still very much in.
Allie Pollock will come in, the sophomore, to serve for another IMT Insurance substitution for Centennial. Bacula sets it back. Scramble. And Miller gets it down across court.
Barely.
Somehow just caught the line there. And Centennial goes up by 3 in the early going of the third set. They lead 2 sets to none.
17 kills by Delaney Miller today.
I don't know, but I think that's pretty good. Isn't it?
That is pretty good, especially for 5A.
Yeah. Pollock handles at the back. Quick set in the middle. Chance now for the Tigers. Down the middle. Hard shot, but handled by Pollock. And
got it.
That is touched. That'll be a Centennial point. Now a little huddle up there by the Tigers. They know they need to get something going here. We're going to have a substitution, IMT Insurance substitution.
And it's got to be frustrating for Cedar Falls because it feels like in the last couple minutes, every break is dropping Centennial's way. Every small little detail is working in favor of the Jags.
It's Piper Smith, the sophomore, coming in for the Tigers. A good dig out of there, but they're going to say 2 hits. Yep. It was a rough ball to play.
Would you call it danger zone yet for Cedar Falls? I mean, 5's not bad. You were able to come back in within those, but the way Centennial's been playing, crucial couple points right here.
Ellie Pollock having a good run behind the line back there on the serves. And down, and the kill, this time by Hyder.
Boy, very impressed. Very impressed by Sophia Hyder.
Timeout Tigers here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
At the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, Class 5A, Centennial has built a 6-point lead here in the third set. They lead 2 sets to none. The first one, they pulled out early, got a 10-point lead. Cedar Falls came back a little bit. They won that one. Then Cedar Falls pulled out early in the second set, got an 8-point lead. It was back and forth at the end, and Centennial pulled it out. Now Centennial on a bit of a run here. Tigers trying to shut them off. That went into the block and kept alive. Cross court. They run for it. That was some good communication there. Now up front, set outside, cross court, kill by Centennial. That was Pollock, I think, wasn't it?
Miller again.
Or Miller. Excuse me, Delaney Miller.
What is that? 19. 19 kills.
Set outside, Tigers dump it in. Pushed over, and that's Wong.
I was just about to say, the key here for Centennial, you can't shoot yourself in the foot and let them come back in yourselves. And that's kind of what Cedar Falls needs here. And we've seen they're very capable of stringing together points. They've done it here before.
Jada Stroman comes in to serve. Right down the middle. Back to the middle. Bump back and just long.
Again, game of inches it feels like here in this set, and it's just going Centennial's way enough. How about the day for Cheeseman? She's serving here, 14 assists, leads the team.
And you jinxed her.
I didn't say anything about her serves.
You said, but you said what a day she's having, and then she serves.
I didn't say
service
anything about
error.
serves.
It's your fault.
Apologies, Megan.
But if you believe in that kind of announcer stuff, I don't know. Bryn Bakula back to try to get a run going for the Tigers. Down 6 here in the third set. Keep it outside. Diving, Wedgbury keeps alive, and that one's going to go off and into the stands for a Tiger point.
It's one thing with Jaden Pratt. She has so much power that when she can kill, it's great. And then when sometimes she's just trying to set the ball, she also has a lot of power that knocks that thing way out. A couple times she's done that today.
And right into Leah Butters. Down the line, there's a shot that falls in.
It's a tough spot for Jada Stroman. The ball's coming in so quick, and sometimes the ball will just come off flat off your hand. I mean, it's unfortunate, but sometimes you can't control it.
14-8. Miller serving. Quick set. They respond. At the net. Trying to get it out of there. Bacula. Now Wedgbury will get it over. And that hit the antenna.
Good break. Good break for Cedar Falls, because once that thing was just barely pushed across by Wedgbury, you gave Centennial an easy shot.
Or that thing, if you watch Centennial again, where it's just they keep in and out. They keep that shape, like you say in soccer, and they're not leaving many holes. Bumped up. Now they'll shove it deep. And Stroman saw that one. She's like, man, yes, finally we get one.
Well, and
a break.
Annie Wedgbury made sure to tell her, hey, that's going to go out. Don't need to touch it.
Wedgbury serving. That one's wide. Wedgbury handles that one. Oh, now just out.
Game like this gets tough. You know, you're getting down to it. You don't want to give up those type of plays on a error, but Tigers are hanging tough here.
But you can feel the tension a little bit. Every shot seems like you have to be perfect. That one crossed. Now set up. Dumped over. Right there at the net, Schmidt.
Boy, Tatum's been fun to watch today. Kind of a jack of all trades. Great in the blocks category, great in digs, great in kills. Nicely done.
Leah Butters serving long. Tigers still have life here. Got a little work to do.
Sixth service error for Centennial. If you're going to take anything away from today, that'd be one of them. Something to clean up.
And that one's long.
I think Maddie Ott just had a little bit too much of her home run power on that one. Kind of sent it long. Talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Leads Centennial in homers last year, 13 on the softball diamond.
Pratt across, it hits the antenna. She loves that on the left side there and usually gets it through. That time just a little wide and hit the antenna.
Quietly, Cedar Falls coming back into this thing thanks to a couple errors by Centennial.
Down to 3 here. Pratt again. This time she eases up. Set back over, into the net. And they're going to say
4 hits.
4 hits.
That was Kaya Bradfield. Been quiet this set. Haven't called her name really at all. She had a big first set. Pretty big in the second too, but quieted down here.
Served by Schmidt for Centennial. Bump it over the top. Now in the middle and blocked.
Just as I say it. Just as I say it, Kaya must have heard me. Nice block.
The senior, 5'11 senior, outside hitter. Right there, Cedar Falls. Got it down to 3. They're trying to push through that and take this set and keep the match going. Sent outside to Pratt. She
misses.
Was long.
Another attack error.
I looked up a minute. It looked like it kind of went weird there and hit the antenna, but it didn't. Just went out. So let's take a break. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, Dar Danielson, Blake Walker. And 17-15, Cedar Falls trying to claw back and take this set and keep the match alive. Down 2-0 to Centennial. They led most of the second set, but Centennial came back and nipped them at the end. And this one across. Macula sets it up, dumps it over. Leah Butters comes in there and just gets it, and 2 hits called.
Mistakes are costing Centennial here. I was looking during that quick break. 21 attack errors for the Jags.
Got it down to 1. They'd had it at 3 a couple times, unable to get through it. Now they do. Now a chance to tie it up here for the Tigers. Quick set in the middle, and that is long.
Oh, no.
You said it out. Long, out. That was as close as you're going to get.
Wow.
Tied up.
Again, Matty Ott just a little too hard.
We're up here higher up at an angle. It's hard to tell, but he's right on the line and said it's out. So now Tigers serving for the lead in the third set. Down the line, ace.
Great serve. Phenomenal serve. How about this effort by Cedar Falls?
Not going quietly here, trying to extend it. Serve into the middle. Pratt into the block, and it's out off the block. We're tied.
When in doubt, go back to the bread and butter. I mean, that's really what it is. And Jaden, just so much power. Cedar Falls has been able to keep up with it a couple times, but that time just couldn't.
Now here's how do they react. In that last set, they let Centennial get a run ahead and take it. Let's see how they react defensively here. Set outside into the block and down. Well, that tells you right there as Natalie Schmedke puts it down.
Finding ways to get going. Bacula was on the assist there.
Reagan Johnson in on an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTIMS.com with Serve Specialist, the 4'10 sophomore. Leah Butters, a little miss-hit there, and back over for the Tigers.
And that was Kaya Bradfield. And Kaya did a great job. She recognized it was a little bit of an awkward hit for Centennial. She knew where to put the ball on the other side for the kill.
They're at 20, up 2 here in a must-win set. Down the line, Miller calls for it back, takes it the other way, and a hard shot. And Grecklau just got handcuffed
Wasn't much she could do.
Hard to take that one and do anything with it.
She's had a little bit of a quiet set here. Krecklow has. Buckle up. This is going to be a fun final couple points here.
Bring in Ellie Pollock, their serve specialist for Centennial, to try to close it out. Bumped up. Into the hole, but handled. Now set out. Quick set there. Up again. Cedar Falls keeps it alive. Good job by Wedgbury that time, and then it's down by Miller.
Everything felt like it was kind of leading to that moment.
Yeah.
Wait for Delaney, boom. Puts it right back in, and we're tied.
Is it just Cedar Falls just a little out of sync in offense and didn't have a clear setup, and now Pollock to serve again. That was long. Wow.
No, she got it.
Did she get it? Oh, it
got
was
it
down?
in on the back line.
Oh, okay. I misread it. Sorry. So now Cedar Falls takes the timeout, down 1 here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
A little repeat of the last set here so far for Centennial, the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. They were down. Cedar Falls took a 2-point lead at 20-18, but now 3 straight points for Centennial, and they're back up 21-20. If they win, they close it out and move on. Tigers trying to extend the season. Ellie Pollock serving once again. Quick dump over for the kill. She's tried that a few times. That one worked.
And it hasn't worked all day, so you just assume it's not going to work there. Yeah. But wow.
Went to it that time, though. And Bakula, the setter, ties it up. And the substitution, Jada Stroman comes in to serve for an IMT insurance substitution. Well, nobody leaving early on this one, that's for sure. So here we go, 21 all tie. Quick set in the middle, handled by Bakula, Wedgbury, cross quarter, Leah Butters with it. Oh, Miller, kill. How did she do that?
I don't know, and she's so far off.
Yes.
I mean, she's all the way on the other side of the net, and the fact that she's able to drop it in.
She's so far out there, it was like, man, there's no way she's going to get it across. But Cheeseman now comes in to serve. 22-21. Oh, and there's an ace again.
Boy.
Brought to you by Channel Seeds. Visit your seed dealer at channelseed.com today.
Here we go. Did the Tigers have one more run left in them here?
They got to have it now or the season's over. Quick set there. Lee Butters with it. Outside. Wedgbury. Bakula dumps it this time. They get to it. Wedgbury with it again. Now into the hole from the outside is Krecklau.
There were a couple Tigers in on that one. Wedgbury was the one who set it up.
Yeah, Bakula got in there to help out.
18 assists today for Bakula.
Now she goes back to serve to try to tie it again. Pushed outside, blocked. Oh, it got down. Still going. Leah Butters back outside to Miller. Tries to go cross court. Bakula up. And off of Leah Butters. Out. The play tied again.
I have no idea how that was saved.
I don't either.
On a couple of those times, but
6, 7, 8, 9, unofficially 9 ties in this match. Now the Tigers 2 points away from taking the set. Outside dumped over. Good diving save. Wedgbury gets it over now at the net. Kept alive. Pushed over.
It's a free play.
Bakula up to Wedgbury now.
Nope.
Tipped at the net, but kept alive. Back to Miller. Kill! Who do you go to when you need a point?
There was way too many opportunities for 2 hits or 4 hits there, and Centennial stayed right on top of it, and here you go. Here's your match point.
Match point, set point, match point for Centennial. Miller back behind the line to serve.
I think we got
more water.
I was like, water or a dead spot? I wasn't sure.
I know. They're going to clean it up. We'll get the whistle, and here we go. Set point, match point. Delaney Miller serving. Into the block. Kept alive. Back over. Miller down the middle. Oh, kept alive by Wedgbury. Outside. It's touched. It's good. 3-0. Centennial takes it. They'll advance.
What a match. What a match. What a fight by Cedar Falls all day long. Did not go away. Centennial had to earn it to the very last point. Jags just had enough.
Yeah, those last two, Cedar Falls, they're going to talk about how they came out a little slow in that first match. They came back and fought hard in the last two, and Centennial, though, able to pull it back from them. And we're going to have the presentation, the advancement here on the bracket. As we'll see here for Centennial, we'll see the huddle there. Well, Cedar Falls first here. We'll flip our camera over. They're going to get a trophy for getting down here, and they gave it all to the end, didn't they?
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, very good fight.
Are Gary Ross and Ben Van White. Congratulations to head coach Matthew Johnson and the Tigers from Cedar Falls on an outstanding 2024 volleyball season. And now Delaney Miller from Ankeny Centennial will advance her team on the bracket to the semifinal round. Jaguar fans,
there you have it. So
Ankeny
Ankeny Centennial will meet the winner of the Ankeny Waukee Northwest match coming up at approximately 2:25 here on this same court. Well, good one to start the day, Blake.
That was awesome.
And I'm sure the next one's going to be just as good here. Thanks to Devin on the controls. I'm Dar Danielson. That's going to wrap it up from the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy.